purple box next to the stage is in fact a bathroom. However, we ask that you not use it during the program. It's good for the intermission. If you should need a restroom, if you go out the way you came, kind of out through the curtains here in the back of the theater to your left, you will see take a few steps, you'll see a staircase going up. At the top of that staircase is a restroom. And you continue on 3 more steps and then take a left and go to the store past the wall of ukuleles, the twinkling lights, and the banjos. You will find another restroom. I think it's be great.
A little rough.
Finally introduced Richard Moore, Beth Wood, and Dennis McGregor.
Hey! This is called a Bethwood sandwich. 2 white guys and, Bethwood song sandwich. Hi, man, it's good to be back here at the Artichoke. See some familiar faces, and it's nice to actually see faces and not that. In the previous century, when I first realized that I wanted to be a songwriter, thank you, this was quite some time ago, but the goal was, the mandate was, write a pop hit. I don't even know if they have pop hits anymore. Maybe they do, but that was the challenge. And a pop hit was on the pop charts, and the odds of doing that for any songwriter are probably about the same as they are winning the lottery. But if you did it, it was like fame and fortune. It was the American dream. And it took me about 20 years to untangle that business and and start to write something that resembled an authentic song. So there's a guy in Portland who actually did hit that jackpot, Marv Ross. Remember that? Back in the 80s. Wonderful guy, very committed journeyman songwriter, wrote Heart in My Heart, which from today's perspective sounds like arterial sclerosis. Things get stiff, and it's not, I don't know if it's a love song anymore, right? But they still play it on the radio. Anyway, this song kind of chronicles that business. It's called Song for Free. And one of the other things that you have to wrestle with as a songwriter is you have to take this preciousness out of your songs. You have to be willing to, write them, go, okay, stomp on them if necessary. And they're your little darlings, yeah, but you need to be reasonable with that whole outlook, okay? Song for Free. If you need a song, you can have this one for free. It's not about love, and it's not about me. It's just a hackneyed little melody, and you can have it, yeah. You can have this song for free. A special offer tonight. No money down. Take it with you when you go. Bum, 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 bum. But if you'd be so kind as to notify me if this song receives attention from a record company. What's that? My number's 8520933. Pre-area code, baby. Write it down. You can have it, yeah. That's my number. Write it down. Take that. Take the song. Get out of here. Woo, yeah. Oh, such a deal. Bringing the background people. They go. Sing. Yeah, 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 yeah. Dennis is rolling his eyes already.
No, I was saying, next time around I'll be right there.
Oh, okay, man. You got your parts dialed in. Cause I've been writing songs since Ubu learned to sit, Ubu. And I don't have much to say, no, or sense enough to quit. But I got a feeling right now. I got a feeling that this song here could be a pop hit. Oh, yeah, I love it. Now you can't have it. Here we go, Dennis. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can't have this song for free. I'm gonna take it back right now. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, baby. I'm just a struggling writer with a literature degree. And I lied inside the first verse. This song's all about me. You knew that was coming. But I got a musical apology. It's a nice rhyme, isn't it? It goes like this. I'm so sorry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm so sorry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, baby, my musical apology. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Bow, boom, 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 boom. Your turn. Yeah! Yeah! You got to start somewhere, right?
Gotta love a surprise ending.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was kind of a surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a very catchy tune.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know why that didn't turn into a hit song.
That's
so
a hit
weird.
song, man. If they had record companies, you know, that's gone.
Well, hi, everybody. It's really good to be here at Artichoke, and it's really wonderful to see all of you. Thank you for being here tonight. And hey to everybody out there on the interwebs. It's nice to see you, too. Thanks, Richard, for having us. This was a reschedule of a reschedule of a reschedule 2020 show. And Dennis McGregor is filling in for Cal Scott this evening, and I'm so excited that Dennis is here, and we're all going to get to hear him. So I'm just really happy to be here. This is a song that I wrote with my dad, and we've only written 2 songs together. The other song that we wrote is called 4 Second Dog, and it's about the 5-second rule.
4 Second Dog.
Yeah. I'm not going to play that one tonight, though. Change direction, change your mind, change your surroundings, change the time. Change your outlook, change the color of your hair. Change a tire, change your underwear. And the waitress at the diner knows his name. He hands her the ticket, he says, keep the change. But can you ever really keep the change? Can you ever really keep the change when everything is changing? Change your diet, change teams, change your motivation, change the sheets. Change your location, change the locks. Change the color, change your socks. And the late night bartender knows her name. She hands her the ticket and says, keep the change. But can you ever really keep the change? Can you ever really keep the change when everything is changing? Change your address, change the key. Change the tempo, change the scenery. Change your response, change your partner. change your body, change your heart. Can you ever really keep the change? Can we ever really keep the change? Can we ever really keep the change when everything is changing? Everything is changing. Everything is changing. Thank you.
Why do I have to follow her?
Jeez. That's why I put you. And we're not going the other way.
After you sing, I feel like an old goat. I like jelly on my toast. I like jam, but I like honey the most. The thing about honey, when honey gets hot, honey runs. I like to get it on toasted bread. I turn around, it's on the floor instead. That's the thing about honey, when honey gets hot, honey runs. Oh, honey runs through my fingers, and though a sticky sweetness kinda lingers, in the end what you got is less than you bought, 'cause honey runs. H-O-N-E, why do you run? From my toasted biscuits, muffins, and buns, I refrigerate my honey bear, but my toaster doesn't seem to care. That's the thing about honey, when honey gets hot, honey runs. Oh, honey runs through my fingers, and though a sticky sweetness kinda lingers, in the end what you got is less than you bought, 'cause honey runs. Oh, honey runs like paint. Where it's supposed to be is exactly where it ain't. So I say, oh yes, ain't nothing but a mess when honey runs. Oh, it runs.
Yeah, man. Now I get to follow him. About 17 years ago, I started writing this musical called Rain. And at the time, the plot driver was, the story propellant was, it had stopped raining in Portland for the better part of a year. And I thought, oh man, that's just preposterous. Woo, boy, after this last summer and fall, I don't sing this song quite the same. Cheetos and wine, baby, that's good. I wasn't sure when I left here the last time that I'd ever return. For the road out ahead was all I needed defeated. Let the bridges burn. And in the thrall of the call of the South Lane and the warmth of the California summer sand, I was happy to stay until the skies turned gray and when it rains and the sky is full of tears when it rains, days away turn into years, and with nowhere else to go, all I want to know, does the consequence of time remain the same? If it does, it doesn't matter when it rains. Do you recall all those April day showers and the mist in the morning air, the splash of the feet on the rainy day street, puddles everywhere? Well, that's the way that I say that it should be, 'cause that's our Portland town. And in the soft and serene you can hear what I mean, that sound when it rains. I hear music in the trees, sad refrains of a million melodies, and if nothing else is true, no matter what you do, the consequence of time remains the same. But if it does, it doesn't matter when it rains. Find a place to hide when it rains, where it's warm and safe inside. Does this city stop and think when the garden gets a drink just how perfectly the seasons interchange? If it does, it doesn't matter. If it does, it doesn't matter when it rains. Thank you. That rain felt good, boy, on Friday.
How long does it take to write a musical?
I'm still working on it. About 17 years, apparently.
Nice.
Well, Blue Hours from that.
I know.
Yeah.
So beautiful. Do you want to play a little harmonica on Old Dog?
Sure.
Okay. How many dog lovers we have? Yeah. How about old dogs? Yeah. Old dogs are so special. Well, this song's called Loving an Old Dog, and I wrote this for my dog Bailey that I adopted when she was 10. And we had 2.5 glorious years together. And she was mostly a very good citizen. Except one of her favorite things to do was to eat the compost. And we learned after the first time that compost is a hallucinogen for dogs. So she was tripping. Woo! Oh.
She didn't know who you were.
She didn't know. It's funny now. It wasn't funny then. But then she did it again. Loving an old dog, it's like watching the sunset all day. Oh, this watercolor sky, whispering our troubles away. Loving an old dog, it's like riding on a slow-moving train. We're just watching the scenery. Don't got to worry about the fast lane, no. No, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm just a tender-hearted girl, loving an old dog. Oh, and I know my heart's gonna break someday. But you know it's gonna break anyway. So I'm just gonna go on loving an old dog. Ooh. Loving an old dog, it's just as peaceful as a mountain stream. She is a friend to everyone. She got a kiss for everybody she meets, yes. Loving an old dog, it's like living with a drunk old man. Yeah, she stumbles around the house. Sometimes you got to give an old dog a hand, yes. No, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm just a sentimental girl, loving an old dog. Oh, and I know my heart's gonna break someday. But you know it's gonna break anyway. So I'm just gonna go on loving an old dog. Ooh. Loving an old dog, it is a very special kind of love. And I thank the heavens above for sending me an old dog, yes. No, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm just a lucky girl, loving an old dog. Oh, and I know my heart's gonna break someday. To know it's gonna break anyway. So I'm just gonna go on loving an old dog. Loving an old dog. Loving an old dog. Thank you.
Well, how can I not do the song that I'm about to do right now, which is called, since we're on the dog theme, I got a song called Pioneer Dog, and I wrote this to give, attention and honor the dogs who crossed the plains with the pioneers. They really weren't included in the history books very well, but they came along too, and they walked a long ways to get here. Back in those days, like more than 100 years ago, they say that 80% of today's dog breeds didn't exist. They didn't have no wiener dogs or Shih Tzus back then. No. So anyway, this is a pioneer dog, and I invite you to join in at the appropriate time. You'll know when. A pioneer dog had a hard life to live. I said a pioneer dog had a hard life to live. He walked beside a wagon or a horse, all day long in a dust cloud, of course. A pioneer dog had a hard life to live. Coyotes howled and whistle pigs greased the wheels. The coyotes howled and whistle pigs greased the wheels. At night around the campfire, something in the air. It could be a cougar, a wolf, or a bear. A pioneer dog had a hard life to live. Well, the pioneer man had an attitude about dogs. The pioneer man had an attitude about dogs. He kicked him off a wagon for sitting on a couch. If you could translate dog talk, every bark was ouch. A pioneer dog had a hard life to live. And at night it'd go like this. Ah, ooh. Come on now. Ah, ooh. Ah, ooh. Ah, ooh. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
I know it'll get better. Well, it was back in the day before dog food was around. It was back in the day before dog food was around. And when it came to dinner, seldom did he see it, sometimes wondering if he was gonna beat it. A pioneer dog had a hard life to live. Well, he walked so much, he wore the pads right off his feet. He walked so much, he wore the pads right off his feet. All across Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, stepping in and out of gopher holes on the land where the buffalo roam. A pioneer dog had a hard life to live. A working dog was the only dog back then. A working dog was the only dog back then. He didn't have a frisbee, a frisbee or a ball. A pioneer dog had no toys at all. He didn't have nothing but a hard life to. Ooh, come on, y'all. Ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh. Oh, that's the story of a pioneer dog. Thank you. Oh, it was rough. It was rough.
I like the direction this is going, maybe.
Well,
I got a dog song, but
okay.
no, my friend Kent there has a T-shirt with a beagle face that's huge on it like that. I took a walk with him through a neighborhood one time, and he stopped and talked to every single dog that he saw. And hey, how you doing? Right? He's a dog loving. I brought something a little different here, and this is from a book by Brian Doyle, who was a wonderful local writer, and he's got a little book called The Book of Uncommon Prayer, and it's got some of the strangest prayers in there. And this prayer is called Prayer in Gratitude for the Right Song Arriving at the Right Time. For example, Samuel Barber's Adagio for Strings, or Bruce Springsteen's The Rising, or Chet Baker's She Was Too Good to Me. That's the title of the prayer. Because you know and I know that a song can save your life. We know that, and we don't say it much, but it's true. When you're dark and despairing, a song comes and makes you weep as you think, yes, yes, yes. When you're joyous, a song comes to top off the moment and make you think the top of your head will fly off from sheer fizzing happy. A song makes you sob with sadness for such pain and loss as throbs inside the bars of the song. A song roars that we will not be defeated by murder, but we will stand together and rise again, brothers and sisters. A song makes your heart stagger that you found someone to love with such an ache and a pang. A song comes, how amazing and sweet and glorious that is. And this is not even to get into how amazing and miraculous music itself is, the greatest of all arts. But this evening, haunted by a song that slid out of the radio and lit up your heart, we pray in thanks that there are such fraught and wild, holy moments as this one. And so, amen. You got a prayer for Girl Scout cookies in that book. That's really nice.
Love me some Brian Doyle.
I don't know what to say about this tune, so I won't say anything. of the cottonwood tree, and there find the solace you seek. Remember the days there when all of the children ran free, hand in hand with the angels on Aberquois Creek. In the stone-rippled stream, sunlight turns to gold, and if you listen, the angels will speak of families and firelight where all of their stories were told along the clear waters of Aberquois Creek. The full moon enlightens the last of the day. A lifetime of laughter and longing all swept away. Now sing with the waters of Aberquois Creek. Thank you.
That was pretty.
Is that a new song?
Huh?
Is that a new song?
That's pretty new, yeah. About as new as they get. A whole line just completely disappeared from my brain. It's okay.
I thought you were making space for it. I thought it was a really zen thing to do.
It was a Zen move.
Yeah. Well, y'all did such a good job on Pioneer Dog that I thought maybe you want to sing on this one. I hope. This has a really easy part for you guys. You'll instinctively know when it comes. Okay. This is I don't know if this happened to y'all, but when I turned 40 something, I realized that I didn't have time for nonsense anymore. It's amazing. I got this cute little watch, but it don't keep time. Brown leather straps, you know it sure looks fine. I gotta roll it on over. I gotta roll it on out. I gotta roll it on over. 'Cause baby, I ain't got time. No, no, I ain't got time. I got a robot on the phone telling me what to believe. Preachers on the street, talking heads on TV. I gotta roll them on over. I gotta roll them on out. I gotta roll them on over. 'Cause baby, I ain't got time. Yeah, yeah. I I ain't got time. And if you want to waste my time, honey, you're out of love, because I ain't got time for nothing that don't light me up. Come on, light me up. Well, there's a sad little man sitting on the hill, wants it to be the way it was, but it never will. We gotta roll him on over.
Roll him on over.
We gotta roll him on out.
Roll him on out.
We gotta roll him on over. 'Cause baby, we don't have time for that. No, no, no. We ain't got time. And I heard a man shouting about a woman's place. I see it smack dab in the middle of the human race. We gotta roll him on over.
Roll him on over.
We gotta roll him on out.
Roll him on out.
We gotta roll him on over. 'Cause baby, we ain't got time for that. No, no, we ain't got time. And if you want to waste my time, honey, you're out of love, because I ain't got time for nothing that don't light me up. Come on, light me up. Ooh, yeah. Well, I'm looking in the mirror and the lines won't quit. Too bad I can't find a way to give a ooh, I gotta roll him on over.
Roll him on over.
I gotta roll him on out.
Roll him on out.
I gotta roll him on over, because I literally do not have time for that. No, no, I don't have time. Now time's flying faster than you know. If it don't light you up, you gotta let it go. You gotta roll it on over.
Roll him on over.
Gotta roll it on out.
Yeah, roll him on out.
You gotta roll it on over. 'Cause baby, we ain't got time. No, no, no. You gotta roll it on over. 'Cause baby, we ain't got time. You gotta roll it on over. 'Cause baby, we ain't got time. Nice job, you guys. That sounded so good.
That bumped the energy level up a bit.
Are we going to take a break now?
Now? Can we now?
Sometime we are, right?
Yeah, you get one more and then we're going to do something.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you want to sing one with me?
I don't know. What is it?
It's called Front Porch to the Moon.
Oh, yeah, sure.
This is just in case you think all my songs are stupid. In the summer, in the country, on a cool, dark night, the wind rocks the treetops across the twinkling lights, and the silence is broken. But only now and then, you know something will happen, but you don't know when. And that's the sound of a pine cone falling through the branches and the needles on its way to the ground. And the song of a night bird is calling. When you think it's all gone, it comes right back around. And you can stay up all night, but you can't count 'em to fall, and the neighbors are moving closer all the time. But from the front porch to the moon is mine, all mine. From the front porch to the moon is mine, all mine. And there's a corner of the county that no one cares about, where the sky goes forever and every star comes out. And I sit back and I listen with my eyes shut. I think I hear something, but I ain't sure what. And that's the sound of ice cubes melting around the bottles in the cooler at the end of the day. The best feeling that I have felt in the time since the last time I felt this way. And you could stay up all night, but you can't count them all, and you'll never know which star's next to fall. And the neighbors are moving closer all the time, but from the front porch to the moon is mine, all mine. From the front porch to the moon is mine, all mine. Thank you.
We're going to pull out a John Prine song and then take a little break. I'm an old woman named after my mother. My old man is another child grown old. Dreams were lightning, thunder was desire. This old house would have burned down a long time ago. Make me an angel, make me an angel that flies from my glory. Make me a poster from an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to believe in this living is just a hard way to go. I was a young girl, I had me a cowboy. He weren't much to look at, just a free rambling man. But that was a long time, and no matter how I tried, the years just seemed to roll by like a broken down band. Make me an angel, make me an angel that flies from my glory. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that
I can hold on to believe in this living is just a hard way to go.
Flies in the kitchen, I can hear 'em in there buzzing.
That's right there.
I ain't done nothing since I woke up today. How the hell can a person, yeah, go to work in the morning, come home in the evening, and have nothing to say? Make me an angel.
Make me an angel.
Flies from
Flies from Montgomery.
Make me a poster.
Make me a poster from an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to believe in this living is just a hard way to go.
Good song. We'll be back.
Thank you.
into a library. You've heard this. You want to hear it? No? Well, he walks up to the librarian behind the desk. He says, I'd like a burger, fries, and a chocolate shake. And the librarian says, sir, this is a library. He goes, oh, I'd like a burger, fries. Yeah, baby, you could tell that to a third grader. That's funny.
They liked it.
Dennis is rolling his eyes again.
No.
So you started your the last set with a song about change.
I did.
It was kind of crazy because I've got a song called Everything Changes.
What?
Yeah.
Did you write it with my dad?
No, I wrote it with my good friend from high school. It's a collaboration.
Very cool.
And yeah, it's I haven't played it much, but I'm going to give you a little lyric orientation because it's kind of personal. First verse is pretty obviously about the Rose Festival. Second verse is an homage to my friend Rick's brother Todd, who was kind of a wayward, wandering minstrel and had a hard time fitting into this world. He's from another planet, I think. And the last verse is for Rick. Rick died of COVID in February, and I finished this up, and yeah, it kind of personal. But anyway, it's a great song. Well, I'll let you be the gentleman.
Wow, that was cool.
Sound effects, baby.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that was. It sounded like a.
Came out of that thing right there.
Don't touch those buttons, baby. Life left you out again, and you're wondering why. The music and the majorettes passing you by. There's roses on everything, sparkling with rain. And it smells just like yesterday, but it's so not the same. You camp on the curb and you wave at the past, 'cause you know all of those flowers won't last. Everything changes, not today. Everything changes, go or stay. Just when you think you lost your way, everything changes. He was a big open-hearted man. He just wanted to play. But he lost his guitar again, 'cause he wandered away. And the time was the tide and the sand in his shoes. He laughed at the greens and the blues. Everything changes. Sing your song. Everything changes, right or wrong. Laugh while you can, 'cause it won't be long till everything changes. everything's good enough at the end of the day. And you try to hold on again, but it just slips away. Hold your child close and deny that you know that someday you'll have to let go. Everything changes, fall a stand, everything changes, that's the plan. Just when you think you understand, everything changes. Thank you.
You're walking around wondering if it's too late. Your head knows the answer, but your heart can't wait. If love is a road, then fear is a gate. So you muscle up the courage to walk through. It feels like the eyes of the world are on you. Your feet made of stone, just trying to move. She is on to you. Love is on to you. She is on to you. Love is on to you. Maybe you're kneeling on the ground with your hands in the dirt, wearing your grandfather's old flannel shirt, wiping the tears, trying to reconcile the hurt. Or maybe you're all alone out there on your tiny boat, trying like hell to make that thing float, wondering if this is all that she wrote. She is on to you. Love is on to you. She is on to you. Love is on to you. Yellowbird singing her morning song, even when it feels like all hope is gone. No matter the darkness, here comes the dawn. She is on to you. Love is on to you. She is on to you. Love is on to you. She is on to you. Love is on to you. Thank you. And you, and you, and you, and you, and you.
I'm done.
I would not want to follow that.
Jeez. I love that song. That's the title track to her new album.
Oh, that is so. Woo!
Do you have any of those here tonight?
I do.
You do?
Up front by the door.
Who has a CD player out there? Yay, old people, I love it.
You mean vintage?
Yeah. Yeah, classy, aged well people.
Seasoned.
Seasoned. All right. Well, dang, I have to follow that now. Just a minute, this thing's in the way. Sometime a long time ago, a little part of me turned up missing, and I didn't know where it could be. I turned this place upside down, searching high and low. At this moment it just might be found, and I want you to know I don't want it back. You can keep it because I just wanted to know where it was. It's not the same after such a long spell, and look on your face says you wear it well. So I don't want it back. You can keep it because I just wanted to know where it was. From somewhere so far away, a little memory tugs at my coattails, I must say, reminding me I've turned this place upside down. I can see it now. All you left me was blue. It don't matter anyhow, 'cause I don't want it back. You can keep it because just wanted to know where it was. It's not the same after such a long spell, and look on your face says you wear it well. So I don't want it back. You can keep it because I just wanted to know where it was.
Cool.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, you know,
That's just
you never can talk about a song after you do it. You always have to talk about it before, right? Is that a rule or what?
No, you can break that rule if you want.
It's about an incident that happened here in Portland. Now I got your attention.
Go on, baby, come on.
It's about a sweatshirt. I'll tell you real quick. Now this, it sounds like a love song, and it was about a sweatshirt that I loved.
A sweatshirt.
People have told me I shouldn't really tell this.
No, man. And
But-
you should wait until after to tell that story. I mean, that's perfect.
So I had two sweatshirts that I bought that were like my favorite sweat, a green one and a blue one. And at one point, the green one turned up missing. And I literally turned my house upside down looking for it, and I couldn't find it. And I just couldn't figure out what could have happened to it. Then, like months later, I come to Portland with a friend of mine, Brent Allen, and we're spending the night at my daughter's house here. And in the morning, we're sitting there having coffee. I've got my sweatshirt on. I'm looking at him. I'm going,
What?
I said, where did you get that sweatshirt? And he goes, I found it.
Goodwill.
And I said, where did you find it? And he goes, at song camp last year. I go, I think that's my sweatshirt. And he goes, no way, I've had it for like almost a year. And I go, I know. And so we're driving home on the freeway. I'm driving, he's sitting here. I'm wearing my blue one, he's wearing the green one. And all I can think about is, when I drop him off, should I say, I'll take that back now, or I'll get that from you later. And I was going back and forth in my mind, obsessing on it, when suddenly it hit me, I don't give a shit about this sweatshirt. I just wanted to know where it was.
Wow, baby.
So
That totally works. It is.
it is a lovely story, isn't it?
It's hard to rhyme with because, but obviously you put the because on there.
All you left me was blue, you know. If you hear it again, now you would hear all the lines.
Double on. Play it again, yeah.
Yeah, right. Sisters. Yeah. We have a songwriting camp up there for this part of the folk festival. That's where he stole it. Well, that's the first time I've ever talked about a song afterwards, and it felt good. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right.
Oh man, I researched Dennis after I said, "Well, who are you bringing with you, Beth?" Oh, Dennis. So I went to YouTube. I have to do that, you know. Yeah. And he does. He plays this. He says he's in the library, you know, in the Deschutes library.
Say it how you want.
And during the Pioneer Dog, he's singing. He brings the dog in. Oh. And that dang dog was just.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's on YouTube?
He's in the video, yeah.
What
Yeah,
else
it
they
is.
got on there?
Well, oh man, they got all kinds of stuff on the YouTube. Now I was going to depart a little off the normal. It's enough of you, Dennis.
Thank you.
Okay, you're cut loose. And I was going to just talk a little bit about my lyrical influences. I grew up listening to my dad's record collection, and he had Tom Lehrer, who did that famous rhyme of "On Your Knees" and "Rosaries," and then Alan Sherman, who changed my life when I heard the rhyme "Fada" with Camp Granada. That just did it for me. And then my dad, you know, he would sit there on a Saturday afternoon, getting ready for somebody's birthday party that night, and rewrite the words to "Glow Little Glowworm." And have a good time. He'd take his ukulele and he'd play these party songs. They'd say, "Do it again, right? Sing that." He'd sing it 7 times, you know, at the party or whatever. But so those were my early influences. Now, in my middle years, I got kind of into this scatological detour after my first flexible sigmoidoscopy. And now some of you have, unfortunately, heard that song. She's going, this is rolling her eyes. And then I believe it was either Bixby or Bunzo, one of those ex-Nashville boys that told me about Hayes Carl and his song, She Left Me for Jesus, which is pretty, do you know that song?
It's pretty what?
Pretty hilarious. Oh. The chorus, I'm just going to tell you the chorus. She left me for Jesus, and that just ain't fair. She says that he's perfect. How could I compare? She says I should find him, and I will know peace at last. But if I ever find Jesus, I'm kicking his ass. See that? That's just inspiration for me, baby.
You know, today is the Sabbath day.
I love this guy.
Amen.
Amen, baby. So I was commissioned at some point by the angry filmmaker, a.k.a. Kelly Baker, a local guy, to write some tunes for his independent movie, Bird Dog. And Bird Dog was about used cars, busted cars, broken marriages, divorce, a used car lot out on 82nd. It was just a sad, pathetic story. And he asked me to write a song with those thematic elements. So I wrote a song called I'm Gonna Need a New Rear End. And I'd like to spotlight the lyric by just reading it and not being distracted by the musical part of this. So I'm also going to try to do this in a Carl Sagan voice, because he is brilliant, as he is, after all, that voice of authority and wisdom, right? Cosmic, dude. It goes like this. I'm crawling from the courtroom, feelings flimsy at the knees. Your litigating comrade has just had his way with me. And now I sense an ailment where my assets used to be. But it won't hurt for long. I've got a happy song. I'm going to be okay. I've still got both the dogs and a busted Chevrolet. And even though I know that Chevy doesn't run and those dogs smell really wrong, it's a temporary scar, because I'm exactly like that car. And if I ever hope to get back on the street again, I'm going to need a new rear end.
That cracks me up.
How does he do it? With a straight face. My Chevy's in the driveway on blocks up off the ground. My dogs are tug-of-warring with a roadkill that they found. And I'm standing here with my brewski, because it hurts when I sit down. But it won't hurt for long. I've got a happy song. I'm going to be okay. This is not too Carl Sagan-y, is it? I'm kind of losing it. I get too far into it, it sounds like Richard Nixon, so that's kind of weird. I'm going to be okay. I've still got both the dogs and a busted Chevrolet. And even though I know that Chevy doesn't run and those dogs smell really wrong, it's a temporary scar, because I'm exactly like that car. And if I ever hope to get back on the street again, I'm going to need a new rear end. Now, the bridge goes like this. My drive's been shafted. It's safe to say. But that may be inconsequential, because I'll drive that Chevy once again someday, singing Viva la Differential. I got him that time. Last verse. And this is kind of true, because I did send this song into Car Talk, because this was back in the days of Car Talk. Click and clack. I'm gonna how does that start? I'm going to call the hotline at Car Talk just for fun and ask the Boston brothers why my rear end doesn't run. Maybe they can rectify the problem with an automotive pun. I don't know. I'm gonna be okay. I still got both the dogs and a busted Chevrolet. And even though I know that Chevy doesn't run, and those dogs smell really wrong, it's a temporary scar, 'cause I'm exactly like that car. And if I ever hope to get back on the street again, come on, I'm gonna need a new rear end. One more time, baby. Hey, I'm gonna need a new rear end. Thank you very much. Weird, huh? Thank you.
It's kind of twisted.
How many years were you saving that line, Viva la differential?
Oh,
How many years were you waiting to use that?
Yeah,
And you
that
finally
just-
found the right place
It's
for
just
it.
sick on a number of levels, isn't it? French and everything else.
Well, I was going to use my next turn to share some poems, but I don't know if I can really follow that
I think you
or.
should.
Okay, let's do it.
She's
Okay.
excellent, excellent poet.
So the cool thing about having a poetry book is basically it's the only thing on the totem pole of commercial potential that's lower than a folk singer.
Way to go, Beth. Yeah.
Whoop, whoop. So there you go. And I'm so glad that you brought up Brian Doyle because he's one of my favorite poets, and this was inspired by him somewhat. This is from a series of poems where I write letters to people that I don't know. This is called To the Lady at the Rec Center Practicing Her Moonwalk in the Mirror of the Group Exercise Studio right before my class began. To the lady at the rec center, practicing her moonwalk in the mirror of the group exercise studio right before my class began, thank you. I know Christmas is coming on. So much to do, ready for, fuss over. Red and green ribbons everywhere, even at the gym. I imagine you're getting ready for a house full. It really does light up when they're all in it. I'd like to think you're practicing to show your grandkids. I like to imagine them squealing with unbridled delight. No, 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 Gamma, this is how you do it. I love how there's hope in it, even if it is the outdated kind. Even if you never show them, or if you're tired of Christmas, or if they don't exist at all, I still say thank you. Just now, watching you, I floated to the top of that silly tree, high-fived the angel, felt weightless and small and free for a tiny little while. It was better than anything with a shiny ribbon on it. Keep doing you, B. And this one really is a poem for Brian Doyle, turns out. What? It's called Cone for Brian Doyle. When the poet you love gets a brain tumor, doesn't it change everything? The one who writes in impossibly symmetrical, rambling paragraphs like some off-the-cuff old hermit monk tending to a high mountain garden, but with words, less with purpose than with gentle intent. When it moves you and you let out a sudden burst of air with a ha attached to it, like laughing but not funny, more like baffled recognition of something you already know. What then? You feel they are instructions, a manual for the present moment, not to preach, but to notice, a quiet prayer. Then, when his friends ask, what can we do? And he says, laugh and be tender, more tender than ever before. those words you have been waiting for your whole thirsty life, what then? Why the riddle? I think you already know.
Laugh and be tender.
Only problem with that is we didn't get to hear you sing. Oh, okay. Well, this is my first experience in a singer-songwriter in the round, and I like the fact that I only have to do a third as much work. That's kind of neat. But I didn't see the poetry thing coming, and I am searching my brain. I'm not really a poetry guy, but I remember one poem by Ogden Nash that I used to tell my kids when they were little. It's called The Turtle.
But I used to use it in this voice like this, so if you don't mind, I'll just use this voice. The turtle lives twixt plated decks, which practically conceals its sex. I think it clever of the turtle, in such a fix to be so fertile.
Well, there's... What? I missed that.
He said he's coming out of a show.
Oh, yeah. I had no one about rabbits, too. It goes, here's a verse about rabbits that doesn't mention their habits. Ogden Nash. He was my favorite assignment in high school English class. All the poems were short like that. Word on the street, between the cracks, is the answer to a question no one asked. Under the rug, it gets swept. A little secret that must be kept in a behind the beat, below the note kind of way. See 'em in the mainstream going down. No, no one cares if they swim or drown. So ride a bike and pack your lunch. The American dream is in a crunch. It's behind the beat, below the note, they say. The promised land was promised to a chosen few. Well, 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 well. It sounds good if the few includes me and you. Well, 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 well. Work hard, play hard, some folks say. I just wanna take it easy all day. Behind the beat, below the note, I stay. Used to put their money in the bank. These days it goes right in the tank. You can't live large on the head of a pin. You can roll the dice, but you're never gonna win when you're behind the beat. Below the note, it don't pay. The promised land was promised to a chosen few. Well, 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 well. It sounds good if the few includes me and you. Well, 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 well. Work hard, play hard, some folks say. I just wanna take it easy all day. Behind the beat, below the note, I stay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Behind the beat, well, 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 well behind the beat, below the note I stay. Thank you.
It's great. You know, you get to listen to two songs and then play one. I mean, what a deal.
Then, do you wonder what you're going to play?
So sweet.
But,
Or do you know already?
well, I'm doing a little bit different tonight. I've got a plan.
Oh.
I've had some coaching and, you know, kind of getting me kind of on track. And so I got a plan. But I was going to just correct one thing with your reference to songwriters in the round. This is songwriters in a line, actually, is what it.
I'm trying.
Yeah, you know.
Half moon.
Toward the end of the Great Depression, in the cuffs of Idaho, there was a dusty little produce stand by the side of a country road where a farmer stacked potatoes while his wife was shelling peas. The sunshine burned a halo round the shade beneath the trees. A skinny young boy appeared with ragged shorts and shoes. His mama, in her weakness, had sent him out to find some food. He was staring at the carrots, hungry to the bone, when the farmer knelt and asked him if he'd like to take some home. Well, the boy said, "Mama's got no money," and his hope began to fade. The farmer scratched his head and asked him if he had something to trade. "Well, all I've got's this marble. It's as deep blue as the sea." "Well, that's a beauty," said the farmer. "Yeah, but it's a red one that I need." Well, that farmer pinched his lip and he said, "I'll tell you what I'll do. You take this sack of carrots home, take your marble too. But if you find a red one, don't let it leave your hand. Bring it to me next time you come by my produce stand." You see, that farmer loved to barter with the poor boys in the town. He wouldn't keep their marbles, he'd just spin the spheres around. And then he'd send them home with vegetables and another color quest. In this way he tendered that with which he had been blessed. Well, Idahoan men grew from those ragged little boys. Their lives were full of family, their families were full of joy. So with a pocket full of marbles, they set all else aside to pay their final tribute on the day the farmer died. The chapel candles flickered in a circle round his head. The people wept and whispered as the cloud of flowers spread. Some remembered summers and the dusty produce stand. But those boys recalled an angel with a marble in his hand. Now a farmer's life is meager, and after years of sweat and toil, his vast accumulation is just the harvest of the soil. And the smile he'd take to heaven, 'cause he knew that he'd been blessed with gifts of shiny glass beneath the hands upon his chest. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. I love this room. I'd like to say thank you to Gary and Malon. She got me all confused. Running the sound for us back here. So nice. I just want to throw that in there before I forgot.
Well, I want to say thank you, Richard, and thank you, Dennis. Thank you guys for coming out to support tonight, and thank you everyone, past and present, who works to make Artichoke happen. I wrote this song when I was thinking about if my grandfather had written something for my grandmother, what would it sound like? It's called If I Wrote You a Letter. If I wrote you a letter, I tell you I'm doing all right. Things around here are much better, and sometimes I sleep through the night. Oh, I have this dream where I'm holding your hand. We're walking the train tracks and we're dodging the rain, watching the birds fly while your old dog runs up ahead. If I wrote you a letter, I might say some things I never said. If I wrote you a song, I'd sing it with all my heart. You could dance to it all night long. Let it serenade you in the dark. It would most likely sound like an old-fashioned waltz, reminiscent of kitchens and whiskey and talks that'll last all night long, and you never run out of words. If I wrote you a song, I might hear some things I never heard. Like la 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 If I painted you a picture, I'd use all the colors I know, with the tall grass as thin as a whisper that sways every time the wind blows. I'd paint those little white flowers that you always loved, and a high mountain meadow with the blue skies above, and the eagle pair dancing while the yellow leaves curl up and fall. If I painted you a picture, I might see some things I never saw. If I painted you a picture, I would hang it right here on my wall.
I love that song, Beth. So pretty. Yes. Who are you? Does anybody else want to come up and say something? It's open mic, yay!
Open mic night.
Love this.
Richard, Dennis, Beth, aren't they the best? Aren't you glad you came out tonight? Bob Howard is here. He ran this place for a long, long time. And when he left, I got a chance to take over this place.
All right.
Paul Ward is my name, and I want to tell you, I'm a musician, among other things. And one of the two greatest things that a musician can receive is when you guys are moved by the music. Who's been moved? That's the first one. The second one is when a musician on the stage hears a change, a chord change that you have chosen for Sleep Through the Night, and you almost see a tear come into his eye, because everything that these musicians work for is to find the right way to make the moment happen in the music. So every time you hear that song, you get that moment too. And these guys are doing it over and over and over again. These are the tips I got at the bar tonight. They're going right there. Who's with me?
Wow.
Thank you so much, Paul.
Are we done now? If not now, when? I mean, I'm curious about when this will. It is. Because if we were done now, I could skip my turn. We're not.
No, don't skip your turn.
Well, that was very nice of Paul to say that, wasn't it? Yeah, thank you.
And Bob, too. He's my hero, I'm telling you. He is my hero.
Okay, then. Well, things got a little bit serious lately. I think I might need to lighten the mood a tad. So, I got another dumb song for you.
Yes!
This is for Richard, actually. He's in the last verse of the song, so you'll have to just wait to get there, but then you'll know what I'm talking about. I'll wait till Beth's done drinking. Here's a song about a one of the things I wonder about in this world. Some people believe that if you do not sin, the gates of heaven gonna let you in. They can't wait to go and they will tell you why. But when it comes time, they are afraid to die. And that's one of the things I wonder about in this world. I saw a guy, he was pierced and died, wearing nothing but a smile and a wall-to-wall tat. Everything about him said, look at me, look at me. When I did, he said, what you looking at? And that's one of the things I wonder about in this world. In a world of wonder, I do. And I wonder if you do too. I beat the shit out of my liver in my younger years. If my liver could cry, I'd be pissing tears. I said I'd quit, said I'd quit, said I'd quit, and then I went and did it all over again. And that's one of the things I wonder about in this world. In a world of wonder, I do. I wonder. And I wonder if you do too. I know a guy named Richard, but he goes by Dick. With all his choices, that's not the one I'd pick. He could have been Rich, Richie, Ricky, or Rick. For some reason, he chose to be Dick, and that's one of the things I wonder about in this world. In a world of wonder, I wonder. And I wonder if you do too. And that's one of the things that I wonder about in this world. In this world. In this world, I wonder in this world. Oh, thank you, ma'am. All right. I'm trying to get all my songs down to around 2 minutes.
Well, we're going to wrap this evening up with a tune of...
We're ready?
What's your name again?
You can call me Mr. McGregor.
You can. It's been delightful.
Hey, it's nice to meet you.
Yeah, no.
I never saw this guy before we got here on the stage, so
I think
we're
there's
just getting
simpatico there, you know?
Yeah. Did you hear him playing on my songs that he never heard before? Yeah, that's neat. She's neat.
Yeah.
Well, now I have so many more songs I wish I could do. Oh my God. Do you want to do Zero Zelts Nada to close, really?
Yeah.
Okay, this is something y'all can sing along.
It's a sing-along, yeah.
Definitely. And we want to really, really, really hear it, okay? Wait. Sometimes you write a song that's the exact opposite of the truth. This is one of those. I got no money.
I got no money.
I got no gold.
Got no dough.
I got no honey.
Got no honey.
No hand to hold.
No hand to hold.
No education.
No education.
No PhD.
PhD.
No graduation.
Graduation.
I got no degree.
I got no degree.
I got zero. Zilch.
Zilch.
Nada.
Nada.
Well, now I got zero.
Zero.
Zilch.
Zilch.
Nada.
Nada.
I got no home.
I got no home.
Nowhere to hang my head.
Hang my head.
No telephone.
No telephone.
Not even a bed.
Not even a bed.
I got no dog.
I got no dog.
No kind of pet.
No kind of pet.
No chat to blog.
No chance of love.
No got zero, zilch, nada. I got zero, zilch, nada. Rich. You can take a life that's gone flat. You will find mine below that. I got zero, zilch, nada. Yeah, nah, I got zero, zilch, nada. Makes me want to cry. I go, whoa, 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 Come on, Richard.
It's a two-note solo.
Two good ones.
The third.
Well, I got no wheels, no SUV. I got no big deal. No one's calling me. Got no friends. No family. No one pretends to care about me. I got zero, zilch, nada. Well, I got zero, zilch, nada. Say it with me now. I got zero, zilch, nada. Well, I got zero, zilch, nada. Gonna cry now. I said, whoa, 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 whoa.
Dennis McGregor,
Thank you.
Richard Moore, and Beth Wood. Thank you so much.